This topic covers how to write formulas for molecular compounds. Molecular compounds are also referred to as covalent compounds because the bond that holds a molecular compound together is a covalent bond, and they're also referred to as molecules. So we are dealing with just binary molecular compounds first, and a molecular compound in general is a compound that does not contain a metal. It contains two nonmetals. Binary means there are only two elements involved in the compound. So when we write proper names for molecular compounds, we have to make sure to use prefixes. Prefixes look like these. We have mono, di, tri to represent 1, 2, and 3. Then 4 is tetra. You can remember this because the game Tetris uses 4 block pieces. Penta is 5 like a pentagon. Hexagons have 6 sides. Heptagons have 7 sides. Octagons have 8 sides. A nonagon has 9 sides, and a decagon has 10 sides. Another way you can remember deca is a decathlon is 10 events, or a decade is 10 years. You do need to learn these prefixes to be successful in this unit. It's important to have prefixes for molecular bonds or molecular compounds because it's important to have prefixes for molecular compounds because nonmetals can bond to each other in different ways. So here are variations of the ways nitrogen and oxygen can bond to each other. The first example here, I would call this dinitrogen monoxide. This one is nitrogen dioxide. This one is dinitrogen dioxide, and this one is dinitrogen pentoxide. So you can see here there are different ways nitrogen and oxygen can form bonds to each other. So for the first example, here are some of the ground rules. We're going to notice that all of the examples have two nonmetals, two elements that are located to the right of the staircase on the periodic table. We are going to have two words to represent this compound. The first word will only contain a prefix if there's more than one. The second word will always contain a prefix, and we're going to change the suffix to IDE each and every time. So this compound here is carbon monoxide. One carbon, one oxygen. The second word always gets a prefix, so there's our mono, and we always change the suffix, the ending, to IDE. For the second example, N2O, there are two nitrogens, so we'll call this dinitrogen. One oxygen again, so very similar to this, monoxide. Here are the rules for naming binary molecular compounds, so you might want to press pause if you want to read this more closely, but I'll just keep saying the rules over again as you see more examples. Here is a slide where you can stop and press pause on the video and practice out these names for these formulas. But if you're ready to go, you can keep watching because I'm just going to go through the examples in full. One carbon, two oxygens. You might have actually heard of this before. This is carbon dioxide. Di is the prefix for two, and we only use a prefix for the first element if there's more than one. For the second example, one boron, three fluorines, which we will call fluoride. This is boron trifluoride. For the next example, two chlorines, that's dichlorine. There's only one oxygen, so don't forget we always need a prefix on that second element, so dichlorine monoxide. And finally, we have diphosphorus pentasulfide. Penta is the prefix for 5, just like how the pentagon has 5 sides.